lately I feel like my videos have been sort of negative in some way, like having a negative tone or negative topic. So I want to go back down and take a trip down memory lane and talk about GTA 5 because, in my opinion, I know there's a lot of talk about GTA 5 and the many problems of it, but in my opinion, it will still always have a special place in my heart because I've been playing this game maybe since the beginning, even when I was a kid. Obviously, I shouldn't have been playing this, but man, I remember the first day it released, and my family was so excited. Primarily, like my brother, my stepdad, because obviously we were huge fans of GTA. We were so excited to finally be able to play. Well, not really me, but have GTA 5. Obviously, when I was a kid, I was never really able to play it at all. The best thing I could actually do was just do the tow truck missions in story mode, but it was still fun for me. And ever since that day, I've always just been interested in GTA and have always wanted to play online, especially from all the videos that I've seen. Even though I never had Wi-Fi for it, I've always wanted to play it. And in 2018, I finally got GTA Online, and man, did I play that game for hours and hours, and it was so fun. I enjoyed it so much, even though I primarily played it by myself. It was still fun for me. And if you go back to my old videos, you can actually see that GTA was one of my first videos or like games that I played and showed for videos. It's my second video that I uploaded that was a GTA video, and many of my videos have a lot of GTA content on it, and that's why I've always had so much videos for GTA, and I've always made so much content and funny moments with my friends of GTA, because anytime we would get on GTA, we would always somehow just do some funny shit and just keep playing the game, even though there might have just not been much to do. Maybe not good content, nothing fun to do that we can do all together. Maybe the best that we could really do is like heists. Obviously, that gets repetitive at some point, but it was still fun in my opinion. And that's why no matter what, no matter how old it gets, and even though it's probably going to be on life support soon enough because of GTA 6 releasing. I mean, it's the most anticipated game of all time, and we've really been waiting like over 11 years for a new GTA. It will still always have a special place in my heart, and I just want to talk about everything that I just liked about GTA 5. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of problems, and especially with Rockstar Games being so out of touch in some ways, and also just not even communicating with their fan base, especially when they point out the many problems, the many game breaking bugs, the many things that they were supporting that shouldn't have been supportive for GTA 5, especially something like griefing, and just, again, doing out of touch shit that doesn't really, is sort of anti consumer. And sure, you could say, why are you complaining? You were able to get free content for years, but like, still, I understand that it was all cool, but it's still good to criticize things that they have done, especially how bad they handled things for some DLCs, especially. So let's get into the first one. I shit you not when I say this. Anything that you do, especially with your friends, just you somehow just make the funniest shit ever. Like especially back then when obviously the online was very buggy and glitchy. There were many glitches for the Xbox 360 and the PS3 edition. It was very buggy and had a lot of room for content creation. That's why you always saw a lot of videos, especially from like the Vanos crew, how popular it was, how they really made the game blow up, especially with how funny that what things that they would do, especially how buggy it was, how glitchy it was, how funny they were. Everything just made the game so hilarious and just funny. Anything that you would do, even if it was so limited back then in 2013, or yeah, 2013, 2014, it was fucking hilarious. And that's why anytime people want to watch GTA videos, many times they want to go back to the old days, especially with someone like me. I really do enjoy watching Vanos gaming videos that were back in like 2013 and 14 because it was fucking hilarious how buggy and just insane it was. And even now, with the endless possibilities of what you can do, like for fuck's sakes, you can use a Batmobile and you can use hundreds of sports cars that you have many customizations for those sports cars or supercars, even if some of them are sort of mediocre in customizations. It's fucking hilarious. And that's why even these days that people aren't playing like roleplay or something, you would sometimes see people wanting to do like GTA races, because GTA races is very popular as well because of how funny they can be, especially with your friends. It's so fucking hilarious, and that's why for me and my friends, it was very easy for me to make content in GTA 5. It was so easy because anything we did was just immediately funny somehow. Many times we would try to like blow each other up, just randomly decide to kill each other, mug each other, steal each other's cars. Anything was hilarious, and that's why you can see in my video, because this is sort of like an old ass video. Anything I did was just fucking hilarious to me, and that's why I loved GTA so much, because it was also very easy for people to make content creation on their own, is especially people that make YouTube videos, and that's why the Vanoss crew was able to make so much content and also have GTA sort of be their sort of brand to this day, especially with something like Vanoss, Wildcat. You can see that their logo is based off of the outfit that they had for GTA, which was insane now, because you never really would have expected that if it wasn't for GTA. That's why I think GTA was obviously sort of very impactful to many people, and that's why I will always love it. I will always love it so much. I don't know why I just cut to Batman clip, but either way, it was just so fun. The endless possibilities that you can have, the things that you could just buy and do, and just make this game even more stupid than it should be. It's just so hilarious. I don't think you can change them. I think it's only the oil one.
Patty saw him on his way down. Where we landing at, boys?
Sandy Shores.
Kevin!
Kevin!
Bro!
Kevin, man, are you serious? You're right there! Let's go.
Can I take this pin back? I need help.
Why do you want that?
Oh! And there has been.
Oh, good.
Hey!
Now, before you criticize me, I know there's a lot of problems with the DLCs, mostly the way that Rockstar handled many of them, and how long it took them to actually fix some things, especially with the griefer problem for many people that just want to make money and grind in the game. But there are still many times that the DLCs were a huge clutch and brought so much to GTA Online. And the thing that is a shame as well that impacted GTA Online, or at least that online impacted the story mode, is unfortunately they actually scrapped many sort of DLCs that were supposed to be for story mode, like I think Agent Trevor or something like that, in replacement for GTA Online, to add them maybe to GTA Online, which sucks so much as well, because it probably would have made the story mode even better. The story mode overall is very fun, great, and there's a lot to do with all three characters that you can play with. But the DLC cancellation, or like the scrapping of them, was such a shame. But at least there was a lot of things that were added for GTA Online, and especially with the DLCs. The ones that I genuinely enjoyed especially was the casino one, because obviously who doesn't love gambling? I mean, gambling's really fun, especially when you lose. So the DLCs, even when there's a lot of things to criticize them about, they were still really fun. One other thing that I also want to mention is it did really suck how long it took for them to fix many things, especially some things like how they nerfed the Smuggler's Run, the hangar. They nerfed the payout to the ground in the beginning of when it released, and for a long time it was like one of the most unreliable ways to make money. And later on they actually did fix it, and now it's actually sort of worth doing. And of course, the many heists that they released. The heist is definitely the one that has the most recognition from any other DLC. Obviously the OG heist was hilarious. The Doomsday heist was really fun, difficult, and just chaotic. And the casino heist and then the Cow Perico heist, those were also really cool as well. The casino heist, obviously, because I mean, it's a casino heist. We haven't had a heist of a casino since like what, GTA San Andreas. I'm not sure. I didn't play many of the other ones like Vice City or GTA 3 or some other sort of spin-off ones. But we haven't had a casino heist in such a long time that I'm glad they actually ended up adding that, especially since you were able to play with multiple people, up to 4 people with your friends, and the endless well, not really endless, but the many possibilities that you can take for the DLC, for the casino heist, going quiet, going aggressive, or going in disguise. And because of that, obviously, you made a lot of money. If you were just with 2 players, you made a lot of money, and you just had a lot of fun. Everything was really fun. And when I talk about DLCs, most of the time I guess I'm really talking about the heist, really, because other DLCs like, well, maybe the MC or the nightclub or maybe, I don't know, like the CEO, they were really dependent on you grinding a lot in the game. Not really, for content creation. Sure, they might have just added things like adding cars or new systems like the CEO system, adding new planes and things. Those were sort of like, content that you can make with. But the sort of DLC itself with like the biker, the nightclub, the CEO, the bunker, those were just really dependent on people that want to grind the game and make money. So they were still fun to me in some way because I was a grinder a lot. I did play a lot of GTA to make a lot of money, but overall it's not really people that were really interested in. Obviously the people that were really interested in was just like the nightclub itself, being able to party, the casino, or no, the Cow Perico, because I mean it was finally a new location, or like, yeah, just a new location for GTA, because we've just been stuck in this map for 10 years. So it was a nice addition, even though you really can't even explore it because everything is just very limited, and it's meant to. Its existence is just for you to do the heist, which kind of sucks. But I guess you can go to the party there in Cow Perico, which is cool now, I guess, but not very exciting. That's why there's a lot of problems from the DLCs, especially with something like Arena War. Arena War as a concept itself is very fun. It can be very fun, but it was just handled very poorly because of something like having to pay millions of dollars to actually have fun with the cars. Like, I'm not joking. You can actually spend up to like $20 million for maybe like 3 cars. I'm not even joking. At some point in time, GTA is obviously going for realism, but I'm kind of glad that they were sort of straying away with many things that they added, especially in GTA Online. Like, they've added the Batmobile, a ramp buggy, a Presser Mark II, massive planes, obviously sort of inspired from real life, but they added here in this game. A fucking orbital cannon, which was just insane. And yes, many of these things were not really healthy at all for GTA Online, but in a content sort of perspective, especially people that just play this game to make content and just make videos, someone that I watched a lot, or still watch a lot, is Smitty. I don't know if you know that person, Smitty. He's a Canadian YouTuber that plays a variety of games, and I especially love his videos, obviously because of how well edited they are, and especially his friends just making everything absolutely hilarious in like GTA races or just what they do in the game. It's fucking hilarious what they do, especially with things that they've done like orbital cannon each other, use arena war vehicles, not to mention, in their game. Many of these things that are just unrealistic just makes it even more hilarious. You have no idea how many times I've just enjoyed using the Batmobile to chase my friends, hunt them down, launch cars with my boost, especially with cars that have boosts. Those boosts are fucking sick. I love those boosts so much, and I really hope, as long as it's not unhealthy, for GTA 6, that they will sort of add those things as well. And sure, they can go for realism in some ways, but don't go too far in it where they just completely give up on adding a lot of fun things. And that's why the things for GTA 5, I love so much about them. I loved everything, even though many of them were very unhealthy and just very broken, and I'm glad that they nerfed a lot of things. If you're looking at it for a sort of content perspective, the Batmobile, the orbital cannon, sometimes Many of the planes, tanks, arena war vehicles, they were really fun and very, very chaotic. It just had endless possibilities of what you can do with them. Obviously, you can role play with them. You can just fuck around and just drive around the players, become a menace to society. Everything was just so hilarious with these vehicles. And there's obviously a lot of other things they've added, like different abilities that you could use, especially with things like weapons. One example that I would probably want to talk about is nothing really eye-catching, but one that I always like sort of using, the up and atomizer, the alien weapons. Those things were also really fun, and that's why I understand why they would still want to go with realism, especially with GTA 6 and how realistic it's probably going to be. But I still hope that for GTA 6, even if there's going to be a GTA Online for that, that they ought to also go with unrealism, as long as it's not unhealthy for the game, because we really don't want another case of something like the Oppressor Mark II to happen, because holy shit, did that just completely ruin the game for many grinders, people that just grinded the game and just want to enjoy the game. That thing ruined lobbies everywhere. So I really hope they don't do the same thing that they did back then and learned from their lessons, especially from GT Online. But that they could still add a lot of fun things for people that don't really take this game seriously and just want to fuck around with their friends. And they did that, even though it might have been wrong in some ways. They might have just fucked up and made things too powerful for other people that they should have considered for. It was still fun. Many of the things that they added was still fun. It was a blast. It really was. Like the Terabyte, the Avenger, as you can see, that just made it so chaotic. What else? The many jets, even if they were sometimes very annoying. Just many of those things. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. I think it would be wrong for me to not mention the story mode, because the story mode, every time I keep playing it, is just fun. It really is fun. It's such a great story. Sure, it might not be as serious and insane as maybe like GTA 4 was, because the story for GTA 4 was very, very interesting with the whole content that they had for like Niko Bellic and the other DLCs or like spin-offs from GTA 4. But this one was still amazing, especially from the three characters that you were able to pick, like Michael, Franklin, Trevor. Each of these characters obviously had different stories to them. Obviously, Franklin was trying to get out of the hood and try to make money in different ways, and not to depend on something like being every other people that died from gangs. Michael being the retiree, retiring from robbing banks and just being a criminal, basically. And then Trevor, the absolute maniac that doesn't care about anything else and only focuses on making money and punishing anyone that gets in his way. And maybe also getting into some weird shit as well. And all of this combined together with the story, and how like the story of Michael and Trevor, and then how Franklin is like the new rookie for these guys, and everything that they go through from the story mode is amazing. So that's why I feel like it would be very unfair for me to not mention the story mode, because the story mode was very fun and very interesting from everything that I really just ever played in GTA. Because in my opinion, I played a lot of story mode. If I can count or say how many times I've played story mode, minimum 10 times, I would say. Maybe minimum 10 or maximum 10, but I've played it a lot of times, and every time I try to see what I could have done better, what I missed out on, and just maybe try to beat the game, get 100% of it. It was so amazing, and that's why I will also say that they ace so many things, especially with story. Their story that they go for their GTA games, for Red Dead Redemption, 1, Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 4. I'm not sure about GTA 3, GTA San Andreas, GTA Vice City. They are so amazing with their stories that they make. And if I recall, I do remember that they said the person that worked, the main guy that worked on the stories, did leave years ago. I still think that they have a lot of potential to make amazing stories, especially for GTA 6. So I'm still praying that they still have it after all of these years and can do maybe better than it ever was when the guy was still there, or as good at least. Hopefully as good, because they've always aced the story many times when it comes to GTA, or maybe just other things that they've worked on. They've always aced it. So that's why I will also include why I love GTA. I will always say that story mode was definitely one of the big reasons on why I loved it. Now let's move on to the very last point I want to make of GTA. Now, I know I sort of talked about this in the beginning of the video, but I just want to elaborate a lot more. This game was just insane for me and my friends, and for many other people out there. This was probably like one of the first games, not really, maybe I'm just maybe exaggerating on that, but obviously there's many other games that do this, but one of the first games that I would say was a huge friend farming thing. Some things like maybe Lethal Company, Content Warning, or Repo, some other games like that. Obviously they're completely different from this, but it's just the endless things that you could do with GTA, especially in online, was so hilarious. You know, being able to just randomly kill NPCs with your friends, randomly just decide, hey, let's just do this challenge of robbing every single store in the game, and then, hey, let's do this cool challenge of just like trying to knock each other out, one having a baseball bat and one having BMX bikes. It was so hilarious, and any time that we would just play this game, just hop on, and like, what do we do? I don't know, let's just play. We play and just have a blast throughout those few hours. It's just fun, it really is. And that's why many people out there just, maybe they want to go back and say, hey, want to hop on GTA just for a bit? It's like, sure. And then boom, they just have fun, whatever they do. No matter what they do, it's just random fun. It really is. And that's why, in my opinion, GTA did really well with that. Even if they didn't intend to do that, it was still fucking hilarious in my opinion. And that's why many people out there that make videos, make content, someone like me, have been able to make so many videos just from doing simple things that you wouldn't even really expect to do. Maybe creative ideas on what you could do. It was just amazing. There was endless opportunities on what you can do in this game. And that's why I feel like many other games can't really do that. It's really been weird how some things just couldn't be do or can't beat things that GTA was able to do. You could see something like Cyberpunk, but that's obviously based on story-wise. If there was an online, maybe that would have been a different story. But again, it's really just story-wise and just the things you can do, the mechanics of everything there. But it's still a fascinating game as well, especially how well they fixed it and how perfect it is now. But it's still crazy how GTA somehow is just able to stay on its feet, and that's why many people say that they have just been milking the fuck out of this game for years. But people just still come back to this game because it's just fun, no matter what it is. For roleplay, for, you know, modded races, for just modded GTA, or things that people were just able to do. It's insane. Even if you just play the regular one, you can just do the randomest thing ever, and it's just hilarious. It really is. You might just say I'm just repeating a lot of things, and I understand, and it's not that funny. But in my opinion, this is why. Sorry, I keep doing that. But this is why I just love GTA so much, because compared to other games, maybe something like Fortnite or I don't know, yeah, just really other games, sure they can compete a lot with GTA, but not as much fun as we had in GTA, really. Because Fortnite, obviously, we've had a lot of ups and downs, you know, a lot of goofs and gaffs, many memories in the game, but with GTA, it's all really just been memories. That's all it's really been. It's just the funniest moments ever, and that's why GTA also had me really decide to make videos, because it gave me a lot of opportunities I can get with GTA, different content ideas that I can make up, deciding like, hey, why don't we play GTA for like a week straight together, see how much money we can make, or hey, why don't we do the murder maze or something like that, or why don't we do this thing to unlock this thing. So that's why, in my opinion, GTA will always have a special place in my heart. And because of that, it will be very sad for me to put GTA 5 away. I might go back to it someday. It will be pretty sad for me to put GTA 5 away and play GTA 6. Who knows? GTA 6 will obviously be better than GTA 5, hopefully. But no matter what, no matter how many years pass, decades, I will always remember GTA 5 no matter what. It was one of my favorite games of all time. I have like over 2,000 hours maybe on the game. It might not sound like a lot, but it's a lot. So that's why I just wanted to make this video and give my love and appreciation, especially for Rockstar. There's a lot of criticism for Rockstar. They've done a lot of stupid shit, especially with GTA 5 and how they handle many things with the, with the community and the handling of DLCs. But they were still able to make a fascinating GTA Online experience and a story mode experience. To conclude this video, I guess all I can really say is there's a lot of things that I've already said that GTA has a lot of problems with, and that's why Rockstar needs to pay attention to the community and needs to listen at least somewhat to their community when they cry out for help on how to fix this, especially when it's ruining the game experience. Do you know how annoying it was to be able to play GTA Online, especially for people that just grinded for money, and how we were not able to use our businesses in a private session? It was an absolute nightmare because griefers were all over the place, and you could just not do anything at all. You really had to depend on somehow getting solo sessions in a public lobby. And because of that, it ruined a gaming experience that I really loved experiencing, basically. And that's why Rockstar needs to listen at least somewhat to the community when they cry out for help and ask, please fix this, please make it bearable for all of us to enjoy, for people that just want to make content and for people that want to make money in this game. So that's why even if I just played by myself, grinded for money, try to get as much as I could for, cars, for anything in this game, to buy everything in this game, and to also just to be able to play with my friends with all of those problems. And I'm not going to ignore all of those problems. Please, if you have any experiences that you did not enjoy and hope that they don't do again for GTA 6, let me know in the comments what those are, and let me know how your experience was for GTA 5. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't, if you played by yourself and didn't enjoy it, if you played with others and you did enjoy it, but there were still a lot of problems. This game had endless opportunities, and it still does. So anyone out there that barely decides to play GTA 5, you have a lot ahead of you, especially when you also have other friends that are barely going to play this game. You have a lot ahead of you to deal with. You have a lot of content that you can gain from this game. But that also includes many other problems. Obviously, the community in this game can be very toxic. I've seen it myself, people that also have deceived me into thinking that they're a good person but end up being a griefer to you. It happens. It really does happen. It happens everywhere in every game. So that's why for GTA, I'm making this video, because it's basically the end for GTA 5, since I'm guessing the previous DLC was the last DLC, or at least the last big one for GTA 5, because this fall GTA 6 comes out. It's the day the game finally releases, and everyone will be there to play. I'm not joking, everyone. And if you think I'm joking, apparently many other gaming companies have already started to set up everything, or are ready to not release anything during the release of GTA 6, because obviously nobody is going to play their game when they could be playing a game that has been anticipated and extremely hyped for over a decade. So that's why this release for GTA 6 will be huge, and they probably won't obviously just completely delete or just cut off the live services for GTA 5 immediately, obviously, because they added like a new enhanced edition for the PC. So I doubt that they'll do something as drastic as something like that so soon. It might take another 10 years. Maybe that's stretching it. Another 10 years where they just might decide to shut down the servers. But who knows? That might happen when the PS6 comes out. Nobody knows. Anyways, I really just wanted to make this video to show how much I appreciate this game, how much I love this game, and how all those hours, at least 2 or 3/4 of them, were a fun experience. And let me know how your experience was for GTA 5. Let me know what your criticisms are for GTA 5, because obviously this game is not perfect. There has been so many problems in this game, game-breaking bugs, annoying people that just are completely toxic and just ruin your gaming experience, and just Rockstar not doing anything about it and completely ignoring you and any feedback that they get. They might say, oh yeah, put your support or your feedback or whatever in our Rockstar support. You need help? Yeah, we're going to ignore that. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but at this point, I'm not going to defend a $1 billion company at all. So that's all I really have to say. I hope you enjoyed my TED Talk. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.